Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at question 162, find peak element. The way we'll be approaching this problem is by using binary search. Anytime a program asks you to run it in log n time, it is safe to assume that you will be using or working with binary search. So in this problem, you need to find the peak. And what does a peak mean? A peak means that the neighboring elements of a given element are less than the current element that you're examining. However, in this particular question, there's this one condition that says that two elements that are right next to each other are not the same. Therefore, instead of checking that the left one is less than your current and the right one is also less than your current, you can just check for one condition, which is either that your your current element is bigger than your left, and or you can check for your current element is larger than the right. So if you use just one condition, you should be able to achieve your solution. So it's pretty simple if we have to just check for that one condition. So let's get started. As you know, we all have to check for base cases. The length is at least 1. So let's cover the base case for that. So if nums.length, if it is equal to 1, we would just have to return the first element. So that's what you do. And before we do the binary search, we set the left and the right indices, the pointers. So we would set left to 0 and right to nums.length -1, and add a while loop that would check for while left is less than right. You would do some kind of computation. But as soon as you get into the while loop, you know we need to calculate the mid element. So it would be mid would be equal to left plus right minus left divided by 2. Awesome. So once we have the mid element, nums.mid, what exactly do we need to check? If the mid element, if it is greater than nums of mid plus 1, that means the current element is bigger than the element to the right. We just need to we need to do something. Let's get back to that. And then else, if nums of mid, if it is less than nums of mid plus 1, which is the easier case because it's the expected case, this would mean that the left side of the area that you're looking at has just increasing elements, so we don't really care about that. So you'd set left to be mid plus 1, right? So once you have that, you're resetting the left when this condition is met. So you need to set right when this condition is met. So right would be equal to something. So what exactly is that, right? Let's just format this a little bit. Awesome. So right in this case would be equal to mid. And the reason why you're doing that is because if you set the right to be the mid element, you are saying that, you know what, the peak is to the left side, which is true. So you still want to keep the mid in the running. So therefore you'll set the right to mid, and then you'll start analyzing the left side of the array. And in the end, you would just return the left index, since that has the peak element. Let's try to compile this and see if it's okay. The first test case is okay. Expected 0, output 1. Oh, right, we just returned 0 here. That's the base case, you just return 0. Let's try running that again. First test case is okay. Everything else is okay as well. Awesome. So this is a relatively simple problem as soon as you realize that you don't really have to check for both the conditions, just one condition. And if you know how to set like one of the indices, it's easy to understand what you have to do with the other one. So I would usually, if I had to approach this problem, I would check which is a case that makes sense and reset the index for that, and then the other one becomes a lot easier. Right. So let's talk about the space and the time complexity, right? The time complexity of the solution is O of log n, because we are using binary search, and the space complexity is O of 1 since we are not using any additional space. Awesome. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really motivates me to make more videos.